To the latest in Ukraine, and Russian missiles striking the western city of Lviv, knocking out power to parts of that city. According to the mayor, the last stronghold in the Ukrainian port city of Mariupol was also attacked by Russian forces today. We're talking tanks, armored vehicles, and boats storming a steel plant where Ukrainians have been pinned for weeks. And correspondent Paul Gerke joins us now from UN headquarters in New York City. So, Paul, you have an update. What's the latest on that steel plant?
Unfortunately, Nicole, we've learned that bombing has continued just hours after people were evacuated. About 2,000 civilians and troops have been hunkered down in and around that steel producing facility for a couple of weeks now. It's maze of Soviet-era bunkers and tunnels providing a bit of a respite from the Russian onslaught, but supplies there have been running low lately. Less than 2 weeks ago, you might recall, President Vladimir Putin made a big show about calling off an attack on that site, instead deciding to seal it off while continuing to bombard it. The attack was briefly halted, allowing an exhausted convoy of about 150 civilians to escape. They were evacuated by the United Nations and International Red Cross. Those people arrived safely in a Ukrainian-controlled city about 140 miles west of Mariupol after a very long journey, Nicole.
Well, and Paul, to this point, speaking of Putin, he's been referring to his actions in Ukraine as a special military operation. Is there any sign that his tone is changing? And wasn't the operation really supposed to end on Russian Victory Day, which is May 9th?
That's coming up next Monday, right? We've been hearing more and more from military strategists and experts saying that it could be soon, within the coming days, that Putin decides to escalate this to a formal war, declaring war on Ukraine and getting rid of that special operation moniker he's been throwing around for some time now. British Defense Minister Ben Wallace says he thinks that Putin is now aware that he'll be unable to accomplish his goals by May 9th, the Russian Victory Day next Monday, and may instead choose that day to be the formal declaration of war day. A lot of world leaders were told the assault would end by then, Pope Francis among them.
Well, so, Paul, what would formally declaring war actually mean? Does it give Putin some type of advantage?
It does, yes. It would allow him to sign up more conscripts, for one. Right now, he needs bodies, more of them and in more strategic places. The idea here is to drum up some propaganda, some internal patriotism within Russia to bolster support for the war, get people to sign up. And considering that some estimates put the Russian death toll around 10,000 at this point, manpower is certainly something that Russia will need if it wants to continue this attack.
All right, Paul Gerke live for us outside the UN in New York. Thank you. Thank you for watching. Click the red subscribe button below so you can get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.